What if I told you that 2025 was one of the most historic years in automotive history? Not for new supercars, but for iconic cars that finally went extinct. The engines that once defined entire generations, now gone forever. Today, we're counting down the cars. We're really sad didn't make it past 2025, and the real reasons behind their exit. These aren't just any discontinued models. These are cars that shaped culture, defined performance, and in some cases, reinvented what people expected from a sports car. By the end of this video, you'll understand not just what died, but why these losses matter to car lovers around the world. Let's start with number 9, the Porsche 718. This mid-engine sports car duo, the Cayman and the Boxster, had ups and downs, but the versions like the GT4 and Spyder were pure driving machines. They climbed from turbocharged disappointment to naturally aspirated glory. And even though Porsche confirmed successors, the original petrol engine 718 as we knew it is officially gone. Yet there's a twist. Porsche recently hinted the petrol engine might live on in future versions after demand patterns shifted again, giving enthusiasts a glimmer of hope. Famous for handling precision and near-perfect balance, it's sad to see such a driver-focused car exit in an era obsessed with megawatts over wheel torque. At number 8, Nissan GT-R, aka Godzilla. For nearly 2 decades, this Japanese icon shrugged off bigger, pricier rivals while delivering insane acceleration and cutting-edge AWD technology. Yet 2025 finally saw the last R35 roll off the assembly line, almost 18 years after its debut. Even more intriguing is that Nissan hasn't officially announced a direct successor yet. Rumors swirl about hybrid or electric GTRs on the distant horizon. But for now, the legend ends here. This car wasn't just fast. It was culturally significant, carrying a badge that stood for raw, unabashed performance. Number 7 is a bit different. Not a supercar, but a beloved everyday classic, the Ford Focus. If you grew up seeing a Focus on every street, you'll know it defined what a modern, capable family hatchback should be. The Focus wasn't flashy, just practical brilliance with a dash of fun, especially in ST spec. But here's the real twist. Europe's shift toward electrification and ditching small combustion cars cost the Focus its life, making this a prime example of how regulations can transform entire segments rather than just kill one model. At number 6 is a car many enthusiasts still can't believe is gone. The Honda Civic Type R, at least in Europe. This wasn't just another hot hatch. It was the absolute peak of front-wheel drive engineering. A car that proved you didn't need all-wheel drive to dominate corners. With 325 horsepower sent only to the front wheels, the Type R delivered precision that felt almost impossible. No torque steer chaos. No drama, just control, balance, and confidence, lap after lap. It became a Nürburgring benchmark, a track weapon that embarrassed cars costing far more, and a symbol of what happens when engineering beats ego. But then, reality hit. Stricter European emissions regulations slowly tightened the noose, and in 2025, Honda was forced to say goodbye. The final send-off came as the Type R Ultimate Edition. A farewell that felt more like a warning than a celebration. Here's the twist though. While Europe lost it completely, Japan and North America may continue to see Type R-inspired performance models. Same badge, same philosophy, but different rules, different futures. It's a harsh reminder that in today's car world, passion doesn't decide survival. Policies do. Number 5 is a car that quietly represented something rare. The Lexus RCF. Under its hood sat a 5.0-litre naturally aspirated V8, a kind of engine most brands have already abandoned. This wasn't Lexus trying to copy anyone. It was Toyota's own answer to the BMW M4 and Mercedes-AMG C63, built with a very different philosophy. At first, critics said it wasn't sharp enough, not aggressive enough, but Lexus never chased lap times alone. Instead, it refined the RCF into something unique, powerful, reliable, and surprisingly soulful. Special editions like the Ultimate Edition finally showed what the car was always meant to be, A muscle car heart wrapped in Japanese precision and craftsmanship. And now that it's gone, it marks more than a discontinued model. It signals the end of simple, naturally aspirated V8 passion from a brand that once believed engines should be felt, not filtered. Number 4 is a car that never needed to shout. The Audi RS4 Edition. 25 years. The RS4 was never about raw flash or dramatic styling. Its strength was balance. Serious performance combined with everyday usability, all wrapped in a clean, understated design. This final edition marked 25 years of RS performance, celebrating a legacy built on all-wheel drive confidence, turbocharged power, and real-world speed you could use every day. But this goodbye also signaled a turning point. The traditional petrol-powered RS4 is stepping aside, making room for electrified successors. And here's the twist. Audi isn't abandoning performance. It's redefining it. The RS badge will live on, just in a different form. The legend doesn't disappear. It evolves. Number 3 is a car that represented quiet luxury done right. The Volvo V90. This wasn't a car built to chase trends. It was built for people who valued space, comfort, and understated elegance over loud design. The V90 proved that a large estate could still feel premium, modern, and incredibly practical. A true long-distance cruiser for families who didn't want an SUV. But tastes changed. Buyers shifted toward crossovers, and cars like the V90 slowly faded from the spotlight. Its disappearance isn't just about one model ending. It's about the slow decline of beautiful, sensible wagons in a world obsessed with height and bulk. At number 2 is a Ferrari that surprised a lot of people. The Ferrari Roma Spider. This wasn't a track monster or an extreme supercar. It was Ferrari's modern take on classic grand touring. Elegant, front-engined, and powered by a glorious V8. The Roma Spider focused on style and effortless speed, designed for long drives rather than lap times, and that's exactly why it stood out. But its time was short. With Ferrari preparing a new generation of models, the Roma Spider quietly bowed out. Here's the twist. It's not being replaced because it failed. It's being replaced because Ferrari never stands still. And that makes its exit feel even more bittersweet. And at number 1 is a car that symbolized the end of an era. The Jaguar F-Pace SVR. This wasn't just another performance SUV, it was Jaguar's last V8-powered statement, combining brutal sound, surprising agility, and unmistakable character. The supercharged V8 gave the F-Pace SVR a personality that felt raw, emotional, and unapologetic, something rare in modern SUVs. But its end carries more weight than most. Jaguar is moving toward a fully electric future, which means this wasn't just a model discontinued. It was the closing chapter of combustion-powered Jaguars. And that's why this one hurts the most. So, what really killed these cars? A mix of stricter emissions regulations, shift to electrification, changing consumer preferences, profit-driven product lineup changes. In some cases, these models might return, but not in the form we knew and loved. And that's the real heartbreak. If you're a true car enthusiast, hit that like button and subscribe for more automotive deep dives. Which discontinued model hurts you most? Comment below. And if you want a follow-up video on the cars that might come back as EVs, let me know.